Hi folks, welcome to Crisco's Corner. Are you tired of the same old blah, 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 blah from the media? Do you like unfiltered commentary? Would you like to go back to the days when our rights meant something? Well, you've come to the right place, Crisco's Corner. The fight to get back the ideals of our founders will be long and hard. Please support the channel by subscribing. And as always, thank you for your support. Hi folks, welcome back to Crisco's Corner from the Hill. Proud Boys to attend January 6th DC rallies incognito. I'm going to try to check it out, but I heard today that there was some protest in Oregon from the lockdown, the unconstitutional lockdowns, I might add. And the police were, pepper spraying the protesters, peaceful protesters, including the Proud Boys, and several of the individuals that were waving police, I call them police, American flags with a thin blue line on them, were throwing them in the road and stomping on them. Here in upstate New York, I've ran for city council a couple of times, and I've always been endorsed. Last year I was endorsed by the police union, always have, and they're really good here. I implore the ladies and gentlemen of law enforcement, do not enforce these lockdowns. Do not stop peaceful protests. These are not, you didn't do anything against Antifa. And it's usually the big cities. So the city here in upstate New York, we're fine. But you can't, they don't have the authority to lock people down. They don't have the authority to lock your business indefinitely. They don't have the authority. Period. Please. Men and women of the police departments around there, please do not enforce these unlawful orders. Without you enforcing them, these 99.9% Democrats, I might add, these power-hungry people will have no power. Please do not. Let's read on. Members of the far-right group, which I don't like already, the Proud Boys will attend Washington, D.C.'s rallies for President Trump on January 6th incognito, with leaders of the group saying they will dress in all black to mimic the attire of anti-fascist groups and counter-protesters. They don't want to use the word Antifa, apparently. The group is known for its signature black and yellow clothing during rallies and protests, where they typically appear in large groups. The group's chairman, Enrique Tarrio, announced on social media that group members might dress in all black for the occasion. And here's the funny part. Mr. Tarrio is non-white, and he's the head of the Proud Boys, and they're accused of being a racist group. Oh, stupid is as stupid does. Additionally, members of the group will likely branch off into smaller formations to remain incognito. Good for them. They don't start anything, but they sure as hell will finish it if you do. That I have no problem with. You want to start with them? They'll finish it. Thousands of people are expected to gather in the district on Wednesday for at least 4 planned pro-Trump rallies protesting the certification of President-elect Joe Biden. Protests will be underway as Congress convenes to count the electoral votes approved by the House in December. Both the president and his supporters have repeated substantial claims of mass voter fraud resulting in Biden unfairly winning the 2020 election. A claim former Attorney General William Barr and several intelligence agencies denied had any effect on the election's outcome, because you can't prove it. I said that once in one of my episodes. I call it the turtle on the fence post. You're driving down the road and you see a turtle on the fence post. Well, you know damn well he didn't get there by himself, and there's nobody around. Well, somebody put him there. Well, prove it. Well, logic says, prove it. And there you go. Both the Proud Boys and some violent sects of counter-protest groups known as Antifa, well, they did use the word, have been at odds in recent months during public political events, often engaging in physical conflict due to ideological differences. No, Antifa, they're bad guys. They want to destroy private property. They're anarchists. So that's like saying I am anti-pedophile and this guy is pro-pedophile, and we're arguing and fighting because we have ideological differences. Are you effing kidding me? Last month, 4 stabbings occurred near a bar that served as a home base for Proud Boys members following a pro-Trump rally in the city. The bar also resides inside Hotel Harrington, a common spot for members of the, I hate this, far-right group to stay while visiting the district. Both the bar and the hotel announced closures on January 4th, 5th, and 6th, following reports of the planned rallies this week. Ontario's Post, he called out the hotel for having fallen victim to fake news. Several public demonstrations will take place throughout the day on January 6th, the Washington Post reported, and there have been online threats of violence, ploys to smuggle guns in the district, and calls to set up an armed encampment on the Washington Mall. Despite escalating tensions ahead of Wednesday's planned mass gatherings, Trump has been eager to invite any and all of his supporters to D.C. And he shows the president in a tweet. I'm telling you, folks, I'm telling you, you only push people so far. You can only push people so far. These raids and draconian lockdowns and people going to jail for exercising their... This isn't the First Amendment right of the violence that went on in the big cities a few weeks ago. You notice how they all stopped. You notice how the mayor of Portland, that piece of blank, all of a sudden now is calling out Antifa and the violence and all that. This idiot was in his own condominium, his own house. In the lobby of that condo, they started fires. And what did this mental pygmy do? Instead of calling his own police department to clear it out, he just moved, went somewhere else, and left the people in that condominium building to put up with the bullshit. Now he's calling them out? Well, the election's over, isn't it? No need to let these guys just raise hell and just burn down cities and cause hundreds of millions, if not billions of dollars worth of property damage and theft. Election's over. We don't need the chaos anymore. Unbelievable. Anybody that votes Democrat for at least the next 2 years is an imbecile. Absolute imbecile. What's another word you use? Imbecilic qualities. I mean, how many ways can you use imbecile? I'm telling you, they have to be taught a lesson. You're saying, well, John, a lot of Democrats are actually really good, and they're appalled by this behavior of other Democratic mayors and governors. Well, you know what? Were they standing up? Were they standing up and saying to these people, this is bullshit. You can't lock these people down. No, they said nothing. So guess what? They're in part guilty as well. Every Democrat should be voted out in the next 2 years. I don't care if it's dog catcher all the way through the President of the United States. You reap what you sow. And if the morons in Portland or any other really solid blue cities elect another Democrat, I don't want to hear their whining and bullshit when things go to crap again. It's like the guy that says, I cut the board 3 times and the damn thing's still too short. You're an idiot. You're idiots. Idiots. Not to be confused with idiotic, but I digress. Anyway, folks, we're going to see what happens. It's going to be something. And until next time, goodbye and good luck.